Welcome to the latest show ever, the show that's so late it's early. I'm your host, Mr. Mask, and we have a very special show for you this evening. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's episode, the world-renowned Tom Nook, and also Blathers, the museum curator. Thank you so much for donating enough bells to keep the lights on. And thank you to all the viewers and fans out there for watching. Now for everyone's favorite moment. Before I forget, let's bring out our guest this evening. He's a totally awesome doctor in a committed relationship with science. Introducing RADDLE!
Thank you for having me hop on your show, Mr. Mask. I'm a big fan of your work and methodology. I really enjoy catching your show each week. At first, I couldn't believe it when I realized I had been chosen to come on. Marvelous, really, and quite the honor.
Well, I could say that it's always a pleasure to have a new villager on our show.
I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Mask. Your charm knows no bounds, but I have a trained eye. I know what's going on here. It's all very selective, and so hush-hush. Great minds and all. You know where I'm going with all this, right?
Unfortunately, we have to move on or else I will get a mysterious phone call. Come to think of it, it's been a while since the producers downstairs have checked in. I bet it's because they stopped giving a flying shit like everyone else that's watching this.
Coco, somehow you just reminded me of a good joke.
How wonderful. I would love to hear it. Every fiber of my being can't wait for how bad this is going to be.
What do you call a pig with 3 eyes?
Ooh. Actually, I'm not quite sure.
Pig. Ha! Get it? Because it has 3 eyes? You know, like the letter I?
Fuck me. It's times like this I question why I come here to sit on a couch once a week.
Come now, Coco. I'm a medical doctor, not a comedian. I simply wanted to create a bit of laughter, instead of easing endless misery and pain all day.
Fuck that. I got a good one for you. So this doctor tells me I should no longer touch anything alcoholic. So I told her, well, shit, I need to go get a divorce then. Moving on. I did some research. Not as in-depth as anything you've done before. But I do have a question that's been on my mind for a while now.
I am prepared for anything at this point in time, Mr. Mask. I say, bring it on.
Where can I find a human skeleton model? I've gone house to house and searched far and wide for the DIY recipe, but you seem to be the only one that has this particular item.
As a frog of science and an avid furniture collector, I can attest that the skeleton would make a good decoration for your set. I will send one over for you.
Oh, that would be great. After tonight, you might be able to display a skeleton of an amphibian, too. Well, that said, we'll be right back after a short break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. So, where were we?
Well, I'm not sure if I should answer that anymore.
How about this? You're a doctor and a scientist. What brought you out to a deserted island?
Well, one day I washed up on shore here, and the villagers quickly realized that I could do much more than concoct medicines and simple DIY recipes. I became pretty good at prolonging life.
That being said, I cannot emphasize enough how delighted we are to have you on this show tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mask. You are too kind.
Last question. I read an article once, written by a famous detective. He asked something along the lines of, is RADDLE a real doctor? Does he have a cold? Could it be he's a supervillain in disguise? These are all thought-provoking questions. What are your thoughts on this matter?
It's all hearsay. I know that slimeball detective that you speak of. What does he know? I got my doctorate a long time ago, and I've been in practice since my youngest was a mere tadpole. Would you like to see my certificate, Mr. Mask? Or will you take my word for it?
Well, I am a good judge of character, so... Oh, would you look at the time? It's the Wheel of Death! Let's spin that wheel! That's too bad. Looks like that's it then.
I'll leave you with a bit of advice, and this also goes for anyone watching at home. A healthy mind makes for a healthy body. Make sure you get a good laugh in from time to time. A good hearty chuckle can cure all sorts of ailments. Oh, yeah.
And we're out of time. Thanks again for being on our show tonight, Rattle. You might be gone, but you're not forgotten.
Oh, shit.
And thank you to my lovely co-host Coco, and to the viewers at home for staying tuned in. Until next time, I'm Mr. Mask. This has been the latest show ever. The show that's so late it's early. Don't forget to smash that like button. And if you enjoyed tonight's episode, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for next week's episode with a brand new guest. Good night!